Hey, good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuksa with Foote Title Group, where we protect your home ownership. How you guys doing today? Thanks so much for taking the time to tune in. I really appreciate your time. I own a title company and have for more than 30 years. And one of the things that I find most frustrating is that people just don't have enough information about the whole process of closing, about what actually happens at closing. And so my passion is to educate you about things that you need to know for that process. This is the most expensive thing you will ever buy in your life. And so it's really beneficial to be able to understand what that looks like, not only the closing itself, but the process leading up to it. So I don't want to make our time together too long today, but I did want to talk about a couple of the pieces just so you could understand what's going on and how it actually happens. So when you are thinking about buying or selling a piece of property, there's three very important pieces to the puzzle. One, you need a real estate agent that's qualified, that works with you to help you find that property you want to purchase. Then you need a mortgage professional that you trust, that you're going to give all your personal information to, that they're going to get you that loan so you can buy that beautiful dream home that you're thinking about. And then you also need somebody to handle the closing part for you. And closing isn't just about sitting at that table and signing all those documents. It's about all the things that the title company does before you get to closing to make sure that the property you're purchasing is exactly what you think you're purchasing, or to make sure the property you're selling is exactly what you intended to sell. And, those are very important pieces because you may think, wow, yeah, I've owned this house forever and I'm going to sell it. And of course, it's what I'm intending to sell. But because the property is sold by wording, descriptions, then we are working really hard to make sure that what is described in the land records is in fact what you intend to sell. Maybe you own more than one piece of property next to each other and you only want to sell one of them. Maybe something was done incorrectly when you originally purchased it, and because you haven't done any future transactions, then you may not know that what you're trying to sell isn't really what you own or what you think you own. So a title company's job is to make sure all of that comes together like it's supposed to, and to make sure that all of the information transferring that ownership from the seller to the buyer is accurate, and then what the seller thinks they own, they're actually selling, what they intend to sell, and what the buyer actually viewed when they went out to the property is in fact what they're buying. Then what happens is everyone comes together at the closing. The title company is coordinating all those pieces and all those people and all those dollars to make sure everything comes together in a perfect storm. And when you come to closing to sit and sign all of those documents, the title company's job is to make sure that all of the documents that are in there have come in correctly, that all the things that you're signing are what you intended to sign, that make sure that everything that you're going through at the closing is what you had agreed upon or what you intended to do. So the title company is explaining everything to everyone. The title company does not represent anyone at that table. They are actually just making sure that everything is put together like it's supposed to, what you intended to sell and what you're selling and what you intended to buy and what you're buying and the mortgage you intended to get to buy that property. All of that is coming together correctly. And so we're coordinating all of those pieces, having you sign all of those documents at closing. But then after closing, the title company also does a lot of work to make sure that that ownership that you just were transferred from the seller is in fact transferred to you properly. So, hey there. Good morning, Wendy. Hey, Miss Cheryl. How are you guys this morning? Thanks so much for tuning in. So the title company has several jobs, but what happens at the closing is the very small piece of it. So at the closing, we're just making sure that everybody who is there are the people that are supposed to be there. Those people are the people that are supposed to be signing those documents, both on the seller's and the buyer's side. Usually the realtors attend in case unless they have some type of intervention or emergency that they can't actually be there. But your realtor, that is the place where they want to make sure that everything is finalized the way that they were representing what you wanted. So they usually will be there. And a lot of times the mortgage professional is there to make sure that there's no problems with anything that you agreed upon with them. Because there's a lot of different hands that touches all these paperwork pieces. And everybody wants to make sure that all that the part that they were responsible for preparing was done correctly and is sitting at that table correctly, and you're signing correctly what you agreed to. And the title company's job is to make sure that everybody understands it all and that all of the pieces have come together correctly and working with all of the different parties. And then, so at closing, you're actually signing all the documents. We're making sure everything looks like you expected. We're making sure that you understand what you're signing. And at the end of that, because everything is transferred properly, we're actually giving you insurance to protect that ownership. So when you buy it, you're insuring that property ownership. So at closing, there's lots of things that are coming together. What you typically see is everybody coming in the office or wherever you happen to be meeting to do the closing, everybody signing all the paperwork, somebody explaining it, somebody shuffling a bunch of papers, which that's us, and then everybody getting some money, and then everybody gets keys, and then everybody walks away. Gets keys, give keys, and then everybody walks away. And so there's a lot of things that happen on either side of that, but at the closing, that's really what's going on. Money's collected, IDs to verify identification are collected, excuse me, and then all the paperwork is signed and notarized and gotten back to the correct party. So hopefully I gave you guys a little bit of food for thought, information, helped open your eyes a little bit to see some of the process. Hey there, good morning, Miss Pam. How are you this morning? My job and my passion is to educate you. Maybe I don't know all the answers to all of the things that you may have questions to, but I love being able to provide you information so that this process isn't so overwhelming. It's the most expensive thing you're ever going to do in your life, and I want to make sure that what you're doing you feel confident about, or that you know that the professionals that are helping you are professionals and can take care of that for you. And the last thing I want to leave you with is that you have the right to choose who does that closing for you. And it's very, very important because it's not just about the closing. It's about what happens beforehand and afterwards to make sure that your interest is protected. And that your home ownership is protected. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I love talking to you and look forward to talking to you again real soon. If there's questions that you have, or if I spurred a question, or maybe you know somebody buying a piece of property that you could share with, that would be great. Feel free to reach out and let me know if you have any questions. I want to share something with you. If you hit that share button and then you get other people to hit that share button, the person that shares our live broadcasts the most each month is going to win this new fancy coffee mug. We have plenty of them to give away. I want to get them out to you. I really want you guys to hit that share button and share all the information we talk about with everybody you know. So not only hitting the like and asking questions, but hit that share button. I really need you to do that because what it does is it shares the information we're talking about with everybody you know. And those are people that probably have questions that I can't reach out to. So if you want to win this awesome coffee mug, it's 20 ounces. Coffee with Connie coffee mug. We'd love to share it with you. The person who does the most sharing through the month of our live broadcast will be the one who wins the coffee mug at the end of the month. So share, win the new coffee mug. Thanks so much for taking your time to tune in. Check out www.footetitlegroup.com for lots more resources that may help your business or help you personally understand the process of buying and selling a home. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for tuning in to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuksa with Foote Title Group, where we protect your home ownership. Have a fabulous day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.